Hi guys, Harry Sunday here, letting you know that there's a apparel company that supports the game that you love. It's called thereisonlyonefootball.com, guys. They've got all sorts of stuff, from caps, t-shirts, water bottles, all sorts of accessories, even for your mobile phone. All that sporting stuff you can wear anywhere you want to wear it, guys. That's right. And don't forget the website it's on, thereisonlyonefootball.com.
There is only one football!
To show you what's happening right here, right now in the studio, because we've got this beautiful shirts that we're showing with Frothy right now, guys. Frothy's back with me. Frothy, what's happening with these shirts, mate? Can you tell me what's happening right now?
Shut up, let me talk. Now,
bloody
listen,
hell, mate.
We have these great tops here.
Yes.
Now, it's a bit of a 2-minute show tonight, I believe. So we're back in town, but we are officially back in town on Monday with some major announcements. And start again. Announcements.
Yes.
Can you spell announcements? Can you?
Announcements.
Can you spell that?
I can't spell
well,
it all.
leave it for next time. Now, let's go through the tops. Now,
That's
these
right.
tops, well, if you were born 400 years ago, you'd know about these tops. So we've got the great St George here, I believe.
No, Brisbane Lions, mate. Brizzy Lions, mate.
And we got South Melbourne Hellas there.
No, Fitzroy United, you're telling me, mate. Fitzroy United.
This one's Inter Monaro, is it?
Inter Monaro?
No, that's St George Budapest.
St George, yes, the Hungarians,
and over
mate.
to my right, which is your right as well. Are we still on?
Yes, we're still on, of course, we're still on.
Well, over here we've got the great Sydney Olympic. And I know the cat has probably ordered a couple of those.
He's got a couple of hundred, mate.
Well, I'll tell you why he's ordered a couple. I had a chat with Peter Raskopoulos during the week.
Oh, he hates his guts.
And he said to me, Peter Catholos, a cat, has ordered two because his gut's so bloody big, he needs two jumpers to make one. So, well, look, that's only a joke.
Oh, my God, mate.
Well, look, also, Canberra, Canberra City.
Canberra City. You know who coached them?
Yes.
In 1977?
Frank Arrock.
Johnny Warren.
Johnny Warren.
We're laughing, mate, everywhere.
I told you so, Johnny Warren said. I dealt with so many because how many supporters did they have? That's beside the point. Also, we got Hokoa up there.
That's
great,
right, of course.
Brazilian heritage, are they?
Brasilia? Well, yeah, a lot of them escaped to Brazil.
We'll leave it at that. And the great Marconi.
Marconi.
And let's go through them. Great quality.
Of course.
They fit nicely. They are cheap. You know what? They're too bloody cheap.
$75?
$75 is not even $80.
Plus postage and handling.
Plus postage and handling. And our great friend with David Ben and Arrow Sport.
Arrow Sport together. And then, guys, you can buy them on There's Only One
you keep
Football.
Going. I'll play the great South Melbourne tune.
There is only one football. Where you can get it from. There is only one football.com in conjunction with Arrow Sport. You can also buy fantastic kits for your teams as well at Arrow Sport, and they're working together to bring you these fantastic 1977 Phillips League. Of course, you're bloody on, Frothy. And of course, guys, 1977. These shirts are fantastic. You've got the other ones at $150, which are the original gigs, $150, and then you've got the sublimated ones at $75, guys. So yes.
Yes. And can I just say, I suppose it's not appropriate to say this. But my team had a win on the weekend.
Yes, they did.
Well, not the weekend, a couple of days ago. So they're flying, and I'll tell you what, it's pretty much it. Now we're going to sing a song just to.
Well, I can't. We can't actually sing a song tonight because we're just doing the show tonight. That's all.
We're just advertising the jumpers here.
That's right, guys. But where to get them from? There is only one football. That's the one there. So, guys, thank you, guys. Get these fantastic shirts right now because you will never find them. Good night, guys. Thank you for joining us. See you in a couple of days' time. Thanks, guys. Get on Arrow Sport. Arrow Sport. There's only one football.com.
We'll probably have Paul Wade on
Thank you, guys. See you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
There's going to be someone we're going to have.
That's it. Oh, yes, guys. Welcome tonight. We are Footballers Live tonight with Joey Spiteri right next to us. We are party animals. We are the soccer psychos of Australia, and we absolutely love this. And Joey's shaking it with us, man. Joey's shaking it with us right now, man. Check it out right now. It's the Cup of Life happening live tonight from the you know where we're from.
Where are we from?
The Cup of Life. This is the one.
We have a new studio.
Now is it done? Don't never stop. We shouldn't do. Gotta be strong. We shouldn't do. Right from the top. And when you feel the heat, the world is at your feet. No one can hold you back if you really want it. I see it in your eyes. You want the Cup of Life. Not the days here, you're gonna get it. Do you really want it? Tell me, guys, right now, people.
Well, tell it.
Here we go. Ali, Ali, Ali. Go. We are the people. We are the passion. We are the history. We bloody well heart history. From the remnants of the NSL. We've got an NSL live here right now with us.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. We are the people of the passion.
Yes.
Frothy. It's our way, the highway, Frothy. Our way, the highway. Have we got a guest tonight, haven't we?
Yes, we have a guest. Well, let me just say this first. Now,
people are going crazy here, mate. Oh, look at these people coming on.
Yes,
Fantastic.
yes, we've got people coming on. Now, shut up. Let me talk.
Oh, here we go again, mate.
Now,
oh, my God. The crowd's laughing at you, mate. Check it out, mate.
Now, listen. I ran into Jake Brimmer.
Oh, really?
Do you know who Jake Brimmer is?
Doesn't he run the...
You probably have no idea, do you?
The cafe up the road.
And you follow the team with that bloody white V there. What do they call it?
I don't know what you're talking about that, mate. Jesus, mate.
Well, anyway, I was working where I work. I can't mention where I work. Now, you know where I work. And a young fella came up, he was in queue, and he was wearing an Arsenal jumper, believe it or not.
Oh, no, don't tell me
now,
about that, please.
If you break that word up, Arsenal get it.
Now,
he started talking to me, and I said to him, are you an imposter? He said, no, I'm actually not Jake Brimmer. My brother, that's his best friend. He's a Melbourne Victory supporter. His name is Theo. I said I'll give him a plug. He's watching tonight.
He's watching. See right now.
I can't remember his surname. It's probably Papadopoulos or something. I mean, I've got no idea.
Oh, no, I don't want to say this.
Now, he's a Jake Brimmer lookalike, and when he goes to the games, they see him playing and they see him in the stands.
Yes.
Now, I'm not shitting you. He was at... well, I can't say my employer. Actually,
Please don't.
I might get in trouble. But
exactly, yeah.
There you go. And he said he might call the show one day and tell us about the victory.
Well, why not, mate?
Well, why not? We might get him on. But, look, enough of the crap.
Here we go. Who's this guy? I'm presenting right now Mr. Joe Spiteri, former NSL player.
Absolutely. Yes,
Joey, we finally got on. The Gremlins have hit us tonight.
Yes,
how are you, Joey? Welcome to Footballers. How do you feel?
Feel good, Harry, mate. It's glad that we finally made it.
I know. It's funny.
I thought we were never going to get here, but it's good to be here.
Well, James Brown used to say that. It feels good, didn't he?
Yeah.
No,
I feel good.
Yep, he feels good. That's fair enough.
I can imagine how he felt good too, you know. That's right. But now, Joey, you go back a long way in the NSL. Andy Bennell is watching. Andy Bennell. Welcome, Andy Bennell, to the show.
It's a shotgun wedding, isn't it, or something?
Shotgun wedding?
No, not wedding. What is it? Shotgun something about that.
He's going to get stuck into you right now, mate, about that.
Well, I'm going to have... hey, listen. I'm excited.
You've got to ask some questions.
I'm excited. We got the great man here,
yes.
Joe Spiteri. Even though when he played your team, South Melbourne, you did want him scoring goals. Remember the day Middle Park?
My team, South Melbourne?
Well, let's be honest. No, it's South Melbourne. Now, stop kidding yourself. Have you lost weight again, have you?
I have, yes. Not been eating anymore, mate.
Did you order a jumper 3 times bigger or something? Is that why you look smaller?
It looks bloody smaller.
Well, it is smaller.
Oh,
but now, look, can we just get straight to the point? Because I've been dying to ask Joey this. We've got a 30-second shot clock, Joe. Joey or Joe? What do you prefer?
Joey,
Joseph, whatever. That's all right.
Like.
Now, we've got... Harry's got a stopwatch here.
Bang.
So we've got 30 seconds. I'm going to ask you some questions.
This is the stopwatch, Joey. You'll hear the stopwatch.
It's actually a limit, obviously.
Tell me to press the stopwatch, please.
Well, hold on. Now, shut up.
Hurry up, man. Shut up.
Well, hold on. Now, let's start to do this right. Now, what I'm saying is we're trying to beat a clock. We've had the record of 18 seconds. So there's a prize at the end of the year.
We've got prizes for him today.
I'll give you... Well, no, the prize at the end of the year, someone who completes the clock very quickly, I will give him a membership of this great team. Just in case they don't know, I'll just point out at the camera there.
Oh, no.
There,
please
and
don't.
I'm also going to provide one of these balls for you, Joe, because
beautiful.
I heard a
Good
rumour...
for the academy?
Yes, I heard a rumour when you were playing, not that long ago, that you wanted to play for the great team. Any truth in that?
The Brisbane Lions.
Yes. Now,
wouldn't mind moving up to Brisbane.
Beautiful weather,
mate. Is that just for the
we
fishing or the play for the club?
Oh, well.
For both. That's fair enough.
Yeah, why not?
Now, Harry, start the clock.
Go.
You've got Brittany again in the studio.
That's bloody... The clock started, mate.
It started. And now, Joe, dogs or cats?
Dogs.
A favourite movie?
Scarface.
Which one?
Scarface.
Stop the clock.
Oh, Jesus, not again.
Now, we usually have the Godfather, Scarface. Harry, have you watched Scarface?
I have, yeah.
Is it Al Pacino?
It looks like him, doesn't it?
Well, he does. Start the clock, please.
Here we go again.
Here we go. Hardest opponent. Sorry, but then we got Horace the Crow.
Bloody Lord, shoot the bloody idiot,
Get
mate.
the bastard out of here.
Keep missing him, man.
I don't understand this guy. He keeps booking him on Monday nights to
I
fly
don't
over.
believe this crap, man.
Yeah, listen.
Watch out. Sorry out there, guys.
Just shut up. Start the clock.
Here we go again.
Hardest opponent. Can I answer that for you?
Tell me.
Mehmet Jurakovic.
Mehmet. Oh, great player. Great player.
Was he the hardest opponent, mate?
One of the hardest, yeah.
One of the hardest.
Yeah,
So,
one of the
okay.
hardest.
So I read your mind. How do you like your steak?
Medium.
Medium. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Best soccer player of all time?
Ian Rush.
Oh,
Stop the clock.
stop the clock, mate.
Ian Rush.
Great goal scorer. I'm a goal scorer.
Well, okay.
played
Did
for
nothing much but just score.
Joey, did you play against him because he came and played for Olympic?
He did, actually, yes.
No.
Okay.
I would have liked to have been in there. But
Now, Joey, we just want to find out whether you're the real Joey. Have you heard of Diego Maradona? Do you know who that is?
Yes, I know Diego. He was one of the greats.
Yes, but you'd put Rush behind him, I suppose.
I just like him as a goal scorer.
No,
He
well, that's
definitely
fair enough.
wasn't a
No,
wasn't a
well,
more
look,
skillful player, but
Yes,
just a goal scoring machine.
Well, then there's Leo Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, and the list goes on. Even Paul Trimboldi, I reckon, will sort of go down as a bit of an Ian Rush.
I'm old school.
George Best.
You are old school.
George Best.
George Best,
Best. Joey.
Best. And even Stanley Matthews on the third.
Oh, no, we weren't born there, mate. Just let the bloke alone. Start the
Stanley
show.
Matthews a bit.
Stanley Matthews. Is he still with us? Is he alive?
He's gone, mate.
He's gone. All right. Well, start the clock, Harry. Here we go. Twitter or Instagram for you, Joe?
Neither. I'm a Facebook man.
Good. Facebook. Well, I might write that for my next question. Vanilla or chocolate for you, Joe?
Chocolate.
Corona, real or not real? Now, we know the beer's real, even though I'm having the Japanese stuff tonight.
Oh, jeez.
Asahi, is that how you pronounce it?
I don't mind the Corona.
Corona, yes. So it is real. It's a good beer, right? Now, back in the day, this is a question I like to ask because we're sort of, well, you're a bit younger than us. You're a couple of years younger than us. We're now 40s, you're whatever, 38. Now, were you one of those, we'll just go on with it. Now, were you one of those disco boys or one of those Triple M boys type of thing? What was your music taste back in the day when you had the old mullet?
Oh, I wouldn't mind going out to a disco.
Yeah, you did. Yep. And
Wouldn't mind, but I was a bit of a rock person.
Yes. And Francis Oratifa, we had him on the show not that long ago, and he knows you. Now, you know that he knows you. And he told us you were okay in the nightclubs. Not your dancing in Now, was he lying?
Jesus, back in the day.
Back in the day, yes.
He didn't have me grey hair.
Yes. Well, look, I'll give you a clue. You can get some boot polish. Well, Harry does it. You get the old boot polish in your hair.
Oh, geez. How did you know, mate? Bloody hell.
Well, the old boot polish. Well, it works well, doesn't it?
Oh, God.
Well, look, I think, how did we go for time?
We've got 2 seconds.
2 seconds. Well, so he's gone on 28. Joe, I'm sorry you're not in the running for
Oh,
the
no,
ball and the membership.
no. Joey,
But if it
Joey-
makes you happy, mate, I can chuck in that shirt for you, if you like.
Which one?
The old Brisbane Lions shirt over there.
Lions.
Oh, God.
That's the original one with the badge on there.
We've got stuff for him already over there.
Have
the
we?
chair.
Yes, we have. Do we
Now-
give it to him now at the end of the show?
No, end of the show, Frothy.
Sure?
End of
All
the
right, well, keep
now,
going with the show. I suppose I'll
Joey,
get
let's
stuck in
start
it.
with the
There's not much alcohol.
let's
really.
start with the
4.9%,
real
I
stuff,
mean.
not the crazy stuff, Joey.
You will get
Now, let me tell you right now, the name of this club, Parramatta
Here.
Melita Eagles,
Parramatta Melita.
was that your first club?
First NSL club, yeah.
Now, coming from Melbourne, you moved up there.
Yep.
But before that, there's one thing. Your club, the junior club.
Yes.
Tell me about that junior club that you started at. Which one was it?
I was a Green Gully boy.
Green Gully.
Oh, those green
Wow.
shirts,
Green
mate.
Gully Ajax.
I know who they were, and apparently that was what you just
Talking
said.
about the old Phillips League.
Yes.
Yes,
And you know,
Phillips
Green Gully
League greats.
Ajax,
There
weren't
it is
they
right
the...
there, the old Phillips
We are talking about here the...
Great teams here.
From Holland. The name comes from Holland, Ajax.
Yeah, they took
that-
the Ajax name, I think, from Holland, but
Yes.
had the big lion on them.
Yes,
They still got the lion there. And
And they're no longer known
my
as
father
Ajax.
was president for a long time.
Oh, here we go. This is a lot of good news here tonight.
Yeah. So
Now, So, Joey, were they in the NSL at the time? Were they in there or they weren't?
well, they were part of the Phillips League. Yeah.
Yes,
and,
that's right.
Back in the 80s, they were triple champions.
Olympic there. And,
Now, From there, you went to Parramatta Illegal Eagles. Don't worry about him. He's selling stuff.
I think they're going for about $50.
Okay, don't forget.
No. Back in the day, I was Green Gully pretty much all through my junior career, and they weren't in the NSL back then when I was becoming a senior. So I went over to Heidelberg to try and get an NSL.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what was Heidelberg like? Well, how did you feel?
Well, there it is. Joe, we call it Katsakis FC. He's been there forever, mate. Let's just leave it as...
Before the George Katsakis days.
Brian Garvey, was it?
Gary Cole was the coach back then.
Gary Cole? Unbelievable.
Gary Cole was the coach back then. And,
we've had him on the show.
Played in the youth there and didn't really get a chance to sort of get a run in the seniors, and decided to sort of move back over to State League club Albion Rovers. And from there I went...
Are you joking? You have to go down there to get back up again?
Yeah, went down to Albion Rovers and had a really good couple of seasons with Albion Rovers. And
was that the Victorian State League?
Victorian State League.
How did you must have really,
wow.
coming from the NSL side and then coming back down there, the standard would have been much weaker and you would have piled a lot of stuff happening there.
Yeah, again, finished top goal scorer a couple of seasons.
That's what I'm saying.
And then went over to...
And Albion Rovers, top goal scorer.
Yep.
Well, look, it is an achievement, but it was only Albion Rovers. That's I suppose.
But
we'll give you
the
credit
good old
for that.
days.
We'll give you credit.
The old, actually called the old Albion Turguku. There was a big good atmosphere back in the old stadium there.
Yes.
The grandstand used to be packed there.
They were a Mongolian team, weren't they, or something? The background, was it?
I'm not Turkish, I think. Or
Turkish,
part of
Turkish.
Turkey.
Bloody thing, I suppose, isn't it?
Now,
something along those lines.
And then you went from there to Parramatta.
Yeah, so Cherde Čurković was the coach. And
Cherde
he
Čurković sounds
really
Scottish
sort
to me,
of
mate.
liked the way I played and was good friends with Rally Rassage, who was the coach of Parramatta at the time. And told Rally, come down, I've got a guy scoring a shitload of goals, if I could say that. Back in the day. And, Rally had a look at me and said, gave me a chance to play for Parramatta. And next season I was down there alongside the great man Marshall Soper.
Marshall Soper. I tell you what...
he knows a lot about him.
Would you say Marshall Soper was underrated? I think he's right up there with the...
what a talent. Like, I was playing with him at the end of his career, but the guy could do anything on the soccer field.
Yes. No, Marshall Soper, even though Bessart Berisha scored more goals than everyone, but Bess was a different player, but Marshall Soper is in the same boat as Bessart Berisha for me, at least in the same boat.
What? Again, like the things that he could do with the ball, just scoring goals, he was just an amazing talent. And even when, like I said, I was playing at the end of his career, and he was still just...
And he was still blitzing.
He was just still in
so even as a 40-year-old at his end of career, 36, whatever he was, and that reminds me of Del Piero when he came here. I saw a game, that's when Brisbane were actually a great team. And they still are a great team. Harry, he keeps on knocking a great club.
I'm not saying anything about it, man.
Well, we had a chat this morning about that. Why am I laughing for? That's not a joke. They were a great team.
Sit down, mate.
Shut up, will you? Now, so what I'm saying is, the great Brisbane team, I remember Del Piero when he came here, was about 38 or something. And there was one particular game, because I watched it on TV, and even though he was slower, he danced around possibly the three of the best defenders in Australia at the time. And what a talent.
Stop, gentlemen. We've got something here right now from Sydney. We've got some guy here really getting stuck into you right now, Frothy.
Me?
Yes. Again? Marshall Soper was much better than Berisha.
Well, look, I tell you what, we know nothing. This guy in the middle knows everything. Well, you tell us how it is. Was he much better?
Again, different players.
Yes,
completely different players. But when you talk about a Marshall Soper, you're talking about a Del Piero. It's just like...
Well, that's another level type of thing, I suppose.
It's just a talent, like just someone that can create something out of nothing.
That's like Ian Rush and Maradona, I suppose, isn't it?
The unforeseen, the X factor.
Yes,
exactly.
Which you don't really get those type of players being produced.
No, you don't.
Along the lines of Marshall Soper, those X factor players.
Exactly right.
Where they're allowed to do whatever they want, whenever they want, because they're going to just produce something out of a hat, and that was the type of patient Marshall was.
That's correct. And the current game now, Joseph, however you want to be called.
Joe's fine. Yeah.
Joe is fine. Yes.
We're losing it tonight, mate.
Joe, whatever you
want.
Your
middle name is fine. Joe is fine. Spiteri. Now Spiteri will be Italian, wouldn't it?
No.
I'm a Maltese background.
Maltese.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Maltesers. Harry, I love Maltesers. Harry,
have a ball.
You stuck in the chocolate. So
now let me say something to Joey about.
No, keep because I've got more questions.
Have you really?
I've got no. Well, you go. No, you go.
A couple of questions. We'll do 2 questions each.
Well, let's go 2 each.
Now the thing is, Parramatta Melita Eagles. My God, man, the players you went there. Marshall Soper, Jerry Gomez. Who else was there, mate? They were buying players from each.
Jeff Gunning, Chichi Mendes.
Mendes. Jeff Gunning, Mendes, yes.
Yeah, Chichi. Redder, Michael Redder.
Yes.
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 Hunter. Was Hunter down there?
Alan Hunter.
Falzon, Jason Falzon.
Yes.
Yes.
Look, great squad. You know, won the NSL Cup back then. You know, a great start to my career. You know, great club.
You couldn't have asked for any better club to play with those players. The experience that you got from those guys put you in good stead to go to other clubs like Marconi.
Yes. You're wearing a top right now. There you go.
And then basically you went to Belgium. Playing international.
Sort of from Parramatta, I actually, was homesick. I was only young back then, and came back and played for the Knights.
Mate.
Played for the Melbourne Knights.
Young as you feel, I reckon.
Yes.
That ended up being like the greatest, NSL team of all time. Back-to-back champions.
Yes.
Which team did you just mention was one of the best of all time?
Melbourne Knights.
Yeah.
Well, we could debate that at length if you like to.
Have
you heard of a South Melbourne?
Oh, no, I knew he'd say that. My God, man.
The Melbourne Knights,
what a rivalry!
South Melbourne derbies. Back at the Knights Stadium. Packed
you remember
out.
the fires behind the Gold Square?
Fires
and the burning of the flags.
Riots.
It was on for young and old.
Flares.
You know what was going on too. There's something
stabbings. People in comas and police and the army.
We never saw a lot of that, but we really appreciated the atmosphere.
No, and that's right.
Can I just ask everyone out there?
Yes.
If you're an A-League supporter, do not listen to this guy and do the same now. You understand, Joe, what I'm saying?
Yes.
Oh, God, he's giving them ideas to go for it this week.
No.
Well, I'm sorry, Joe. You mentioned all those great players in that team, and you left one out, which is yourself. Now, have you been drinking this shit tonight?
No, I'm on the Pepsi Max.
There you go. Beautiful.
You would have to mention yourself first, because you would have been in that team. You were in the top 4.
Yeah, well, look, Parramatta was my first club, and I sort of was just starting out. And again, learnt a lot of, what I know now from players such as Marshall Soper, watching him and how he scores goals, and, went on to the Melbourne Knights and scored a lot of goals there with the great V bomber, Mark Viduka.
Oh, my God, man.
We partnered down there. And you could name every one of those players. They either played for Australia or played in the Olympic team. That squad back then was unbelievable. So
and Theo Salamides has to be one of the slowest ever players I've seen. He was virtually walking, but good player. I mean, I wouldn't say he's a champion, but very good player. That's right.
Look, back in the day, like you name the players, and especially in that night squad, it was like
no, he was at one stage. They were
unbelievable, and half of them played either for the Olympic team or the national team.
Yes, so, exactly.
To win back-to-back champions, and we weren't like probably the hardest training club back in the day. We were only semi-professional.
Well,
so it wasn't as
let me tell you, Joey,
as hardworking as they probably put in today. But
hang on.
Which doesn't matter, because back then, as I might be biased a bit too, I think the players back then were better than the players now. Considering they didn't train much.
I was going to say that exactly.
Again, a lot of the players had that sort of X factor. Do you know what I mean? And they were allowed to play the way that they wanted to play. And we produced the results week in, week out. So there was not a lot of coaches then saying, "Oh no, I want you to play this way, and this is the way you should play." And
exactly.
So we were allowed to do pretty much what we were capable of, and week in, week out we used to win. So,
and now, as we go to Melbourne Knights,
yes,
you went to Marconi, or was it Belgium first before Marconi?
No. After the Knights, after the '96 Olympics, I went overseas.
Fantastic. How did you go overseas with that club? That club was in Belgium, and what's the name of that club?
I actually first went to Austria. I went to Sturm Graz and had 3 seasons there. We played UEFA Cup then. We played Champions League. We were champions of Austria back in the day. And then from Austria, I got transferred to Belgium, to Lierse. Again, had 3 seasons there. Again, they were in the UEFA Cup. They won the the Belgium Cup.
Yep.
Scored in the Belgium Cup final. We played Cup Winners' Cup back then, and there was just some great times. And but unfortunately got injured twice in Belgium. I had stress fractures of my foot, and had a bit of an injury cloud over myself.
Okay.
Struggled after that a little bit to gain confidence, with clubs, and did a 6 month stint in Sweden, and that's when I came back after that and played for Marconi.
And was that year was the last year of the NSL? Is that right, or was it?
Yeah, pretty much. Pre Marconi, I had a 4 week, between seasons at Sydney Olympic.
Oh, fantastic! So you really went to the Greek side?
Yeah.
My God, man!
Great club too back then.
He's showing it off now.
I enjoyed my time back then.
Would you like that, mate? I can give that to you.
Oh no!
$200.
David Ben is our sponsor's going crazy.
Yes, no drama. It's a real deal. See, it's all the embroidery stuff.
Now,
it's a collector's item, I suppose.
What was it like going from the NSL, playing overseas? The standard wise, we are talking about training facilities. The facilities would have been magic.
Yeah, so look, the big difference, like I mentioned before, was it went from semi-professional to full-time professional. Basically. Yes. Training all day, every day, pretty much. It was get to training in the morning, do your training session, have your shower, have your lunch, have a bit of a rest, go out, train again.
Mate, that was a full-time job.
It was pretty much full-time. Even back in the old Belgium days, we're talking over 20 years ago more. We were all on the heart rate monitors. We were all on the supplements. We were all on the scientific, programs, and every player had to do a certain amount of Ks and a certain amount of heart rate at training. So it just went up to the next level. So the way they trained us, the fitness levels that all the players were at, they just went to the next level. So it just helped with your performances, of course.
It does, Joe. And I just had an email from the great man, Richard Roy, and you probably got no bloody idea what I'm talking about. And he said to me, if you don't mind just wearing this for about 5 minutes, would you be would you be kind enough to put the raw scarf on? Yes. Thank you
too hot in here, Joey.
It's a bit warm.
Well, it doesn't matter. We've got air conditioning here. Pretend air conditioning. Let's call it that. Now, can I ask you one more question, Harry? You just mentioned about the V-Bomber.
Oh.
Now, V-Bomber would have to be one of the laziest-looking players, but the point is this. How good was the guy? He probably did half a kilometre a game, probably not even that, but he scored every time.
There was a lot of times he looked like he was in slow motion, but he made the defenders look like they were even slower than him.
And do you remember the game? Do you remember the game where they played South Melbourne Olympic Park? A very rainy day. He had 3 opportunities, and he put the whole 3 in the back. Well, they say the back of the net, but it's the front of the net, really, isn't it? I suppose. I don't know what they mean by the back of the net. And pretty much he was out in the next plane. That got him.
He definitely knew where the goal was. Like I said, there was times he just produced things out of nothing. And like I said, as strikers back then, that was our job. Come get the ball,
That's
take a man on, create a chance, maybe big 2, score a goal. I think we lost a bit of that in today's game.
Correct. I just had another email, Harry, from Richard Raw.
Oh, no.
And he said, the great team Brisbane's not travelling that well. They had a 3-1 victory over the Bulls, may I add, which is fantastic. Now, Warren Moon, I suppose you know who Warren Moon is. He's the current Brisbane coach. Okay. And Richard said to me, do you mind taking over since we sort of geared you up with the Brisbane stuff, mate? Would you coach the great team?
Look, if I wasn't full-time at Soccer Pro Academy, I'd probably... I'd probably give it a thought.
Is there a price we can put on it?
Here we go.
You're probably on $300,000 a year at your academy. What if we can match that? Well, why are they laughing for? It's not funny, Harry.
Bloody hell, mate, sit down.
I'm trying to get the coach out because he's bloody hopeless. Because I tell you what, when they recruit people like Gol Mabratu, who does 16,000 kilometres and he can't score, and you've got V-Bomber, who just sits there and scores.
Well, look, talking about that, back in the old Albion days, Cherdo Cherkovic used to tell me off for doing too much running. And I don't need you doing the running. I need you to be in the top end of the field, get the ball, do your run, and then score me goal.
Yes.
Well, he was wrong, wasn't he? Because you went on to be a much better player than that, didn't you?
Yeah, well, no, he was pretty right because my job at the time was scoring goals.
That's right,
and,
yes.
But that's all changed.
It's all
a job
changed.
Of a striker is not scoring goals. A job of a striker is here to score goals, but, of course, to run their asses off in defence and this and that. Where that was frowned upon in the old days, but now it's the new way, I guess.
Exactly. And may I add, that suits you, those colours, mate. So,
the old orange? Oh.
The old orange.
Okay.
I guess orange and light blue.
Yes,
not bad.
That looks pretty good.
I have this question for Joey, and I go back with Joey back in 1996.
1996.
When you were at the Olympic team, and you were in Townsville, the boss was there, and the boss says, go to sleep 11 o'clock, otherwise I fix you all up.
Very strict rules and regulations.
Let me say this. I met you guys. I had breakfast with you guys.
Yeah,
in 1996 at the casino there, staying at the casino. That was called the Sheraton Breakwater Casino.
I think that was the only thing that was there at the time.
It was the only thing, and it was amazing. Me sitting down with you guys, Peter Tsakenis. Who was that guy? The little stocky guy who was crazy. Played at Manchester City.
Chichi was in there. Danny Tiardo.
That's the boy I'm talking about.
Danny Tiardo. Now he makes Kevin Muscat look like an angel, doesn't he? Danny Tiardo.
Oh yes,
he had his moments. But
I mean, seriously.
Again, but what passion for the game? What a talent.
Passion, but he put a few people cut their careers short.
Sometimes maybe went a bit overboard.
Adrian Zara. You remember that tackle where Muskie came in? He was airborne for 30 metres, and he just. Now, purely didn't have the bloody ball, did he? I mean, seriously, Joey.
There's a few moments that a lot of players would like to forget.
Yes, and Gary McDowell, another rough player.
Gary McDowell was my coach at Heidelberg.
Yes.
Day of the youth.
Not the most skillful player. And Andrew Marth, he was another, he was a bit rough below the belt, wasn't he? I mean,
Andrew Marth, I saw him throw a few good tackles.
Of course.
He made Paul Trimboli cry at Bob James Stadium once. He punched the shit out of him with John Markovsky.
Here we go.
That's when John was 402 kilos.
Yeah.
402 kilos, and you guys are laughing. Let the guy alone, mate. Himself is struggling with his health.
He was a big boy towards him.
Andrew Marth was a big hard man, one of the hard men of the game, and we were only young boys back in the nights, and he scared the Jesus out of me.
Very intimidating, wasn't he? Yes. No, that's fair enough. And can I just add?
And I was his teammate.
Yes. You were. Well, it goes to show you. Now, is there one team that you knew you were playing next week, and you said, "Oh no, not these guys again. We're probably going to lose." Is there one team that stands and said, "Gee, they're going to give us a hard time," or "We can't beat them. They got the wood on us"? Now, I would say they might be South Melbourne. I would say, wouldn't it?
Oh, there was never really back in the day. I was never really worried about who we were playing against. Sometimes I really didn't even know who we were playing against. To be honest, I'd just leave that up to the coach.
So you didn't look at the fixture?
Not really, no.
And you still happen to be a champion?
You know, they'd say, "Oh, how don't you know what you're doing? How don't you know where you are? Are you on top of the ladder?" I go, "Well, you know, we've won a lot of games. I think we're up there." "Oh, you don't know what position you're in?" No, it didn't really bother me. I just loved playing the game.
Exactly.
Every week, I would hope I'd be in the starting lineup.
Oh my God!
And hopefully, you know, I'd score lots of goals and let them worry about me. So
you have one of your Ollie Roo's teammates here talking about you right now, Peter Tsakenis.
Peter
says,
"What a talent he was."
He says, "What a legend player and top bloke." There you go, Peter. Say hello to Peter.
Pete, likewise, mate. Great player. Top bloke.
He's a good player. We've had him on our show too, actually. Yeah,
is it Peter Tsakenis or Jim Tsakenis?
No, Peter Tsakenis.
Must be the longest mullet I've ever seen.
Here we go again.
Peter back in the day had a great mullet, yeah.
He was virtually down to his bloody ankles, wasn't it? That was
He's the coach now, Marconi, mate, now.
Well, he's the Marconi coach, yes. And,
back in the old days, that's where you got your strength from. Yeah,
that's right.
Yes, you did, the old mullet. But I'll tell you what, now listen, so is there a team in the A-League you follow? I mean, it's obviously Queensland or Brisbane Roar. I mean,
at the moment, I'm a Western United boy.
Western United.
Actually, Soccer Pro Academy is a sponsor of Western United, and I get out to the games, and they're doing quite well at the moment.
Well, you and the other 46 that go along and watch them, right?
Here we go again.
Not the best of atmosphere. They are a new club.
Jeanette Spiteri's watching. Is that
Jeanette
your wife?
Spiteri?
That's my mother. Hi, Mum. How you going?
Your mother as well.
Yes, how you going? Just hopefully her pet cat's okay. Just had an operation to remove cancerous ears. So hopefully it's all doing well.
Cheerio there, Mum, for you. There
so
you
the cat had cancer, you're saying?
Yeah, cancer in her ear. So
and the cat's still with us?
The cat's still with us, but one ear less, apparently.
Right.
Oh,
now, Harry, can we have a 30-second silence at least, please?
Oh, no.
Have some respect for the pussy. Well, I mean that right. Now, can we do that next week?
Next week. Now let's just talk about the Olyroos.
The Olyroos.
It wasn't a very good campaign, of course.
No, not really.
You guys went from Townsville straight to Los Angeles. Was it Los Angeles?
No, we were in
Florida.
We were in Florida. We went down to Fort Lauderdale, where we were based. We had our games in the Orange Bowl in Orlando.
Fantastic.
The Orange Bowl.
Yeah, look, it was pretty good up until we were 2-0 up to Spain to qualify, and then all of a sudden it all went pear-shaped, and we lost 3-2 at the end of the day. So,
well, what happened? I mean, how do you? Well, you know what? I'm wrong there. People say, how do you surrender a 2-0 lead? But if you can get 2 goals, why can't they get 2 goals?
Well, look, we were on fire. We got 2 early goals. We were everything was going to plan, and I thought the consensus was from the coaches. I think we'll just before half time, let's defend. So we tried the defence against one of the best teams in the world, and we copped a Raul goal before half time, top corner, and we couldn't hold on, and they gave us 2 more, and I think the last one was right on the end of the game. I think we hit the crossbar, and they went up, and all of a sudden, from being through to the next round, we were out.
Well,
a few tears shed, and from being super fit, we hit the town.
And you being the training in Townsville at the time when I was there, seeing you guys train and do things. You were up there to do the acclimatisation, of course. Les was there. Eddie before the
we
late
trained
Thompson,
like dogs up there. Lost a few kilos.
That heat, mate. My God, man.
Mid-30s every day. Sweating like dogs, 6-packs were there. We're the fittest I've probably ever been in my whole career.
Well, look, Joe, we all have 6-packs. Some of us, some of our 6-packs. No, well, they're there. They're well hidden.
Yeah. Now I've got about a keg happening at the moment.
Well, that doesn't matter. But I'll tell you what. Now, Harry mentioned he was up there with you guys. Now, you know what he was doing up there. He was the bouncer up there.
No, I was a singer up there performing.
The entertainment up there.
He saw me up there. And
hold on. You told me you did security up there.
And
we've spoken about this at length.
Goran Lozanovsky was with you as well.
Yeah, Goran was
the
there.
bald man.
Yes,
Goran's got no hair.
And he saw, and you know what? I spoke to Goran one night, and I said, "Goran, you remember that guy that was singing up at Townsville in '96, where you guys were doing your training there before you went to Florida?" He said,
"It was Gavin Walker."
He says, "Was that you?" And he goes, "Oh my God, man, bloody!" He laughs really funny. Have you noticed that?
Well,
laughs very funny.
That brings me to my next question: Goran Lozanovsky or Kombutsianis, who had the better free kick?
Ooh.
I tell you what, that they're pretty much on par, those two, aren't they?
Butsianis was probably a more specialised free kick player, but what a strike Lozanovsky had. He was more the
power,
getting that ball in from out left.
Yes,
those strikers, he used to love it.
Somehow we keep bringing up great teams and great players, which they belong to this great club up here, South Melbourne. Now, was it your dream to play for them? Now, be honest.
Oh, no, here we go.
There's only 3 people that watch the show, so we're not going to have...
3 people, excuse me.
There's like 3 of us here.
A few hundred.
There.
Not really. I remember speaking with South Melbourne back in the day, and they sort of wanted me to sort of get down to the club, and didn't really offer very much. And what they did offer was... you've got the pleasure to play for South Melbourne. And I was like, well, I don't really know what pleasure that might be.
Yeah,
so
I suppose.
I shook hands and turned them down and continued on my way.
So they were prepared to give you bugger all, you're saying?
Pretty much.
I'll tell you what.
Play for the great shirt.
Yes.
Great club, don't get me wrong. Great club.
Back in the
day, no.
Yeah, exactly. Now, when we say great club, does that mean the players on the pitch or the people that run the club? I'd say the players are on the pitch because they make the club.
They always had a very competitive team. You know what I mean? And they always attracted a good quality of player. But the overall scheme of things, I think, as a club, they've always been, one of the top clubs in Victoria. And they'd tell you they're one of the best clubs of all time, and
you were right.
I think someone was telling me the other day they've got the badge on there now, Club of the Century.
Yes, they do. And
I don't know if it was a self-proclaimed award or if they've won that somewhere. But
FIFA awarded it to them. Well, anyway,
you know more than us about the Great Joe. We might know other things. Harry's got
I've got some more questions here.
Yeah, he's got more questions. Now, tell me something. When we talk about South Melbourne, right? I've always come up with this. Well, look, I won't mention the players. Guests we've had on past South Melbourne greats, mind you. Now, a great club is also a great club when they recognise past players, so to speak, champions.
Yep.
And we're not going to mention the names. We've had them on the show, and they know who they are if they're watching. They've gone back there many, many years after. The club knows quite well who they are, and they basically don't even want to talk to them.
Well,
and that's
A
disappointing.
bit of a shame.
That's disappointing because I tell you what, these three players in particular, they were bringing in the crowds back then, and when they go there, it's like, who are you?
Yeah, well, that's a bit unfortunate. Look,
it's unfortunate, it's not right, and it's bloody, as Harry will say, it's bloody disgusting.
You do need to look after your past players, as you
Absolutely.
said. Like, South Melbourne's always attracted a good crowd and a great atmosphere at their games, and these past players have what made your club what it is. You know,
exactly right.
I talk about the Melbourne Knights. You know, we have a number of tournaments for that championship side, and you know, they were always inviting us back for different functions and different events.
Beautiful.
And you know, whenever you want to go watch the game, you know, up to the president's box if you want to go there and be a part of it. So
well, that's how it should be.
I think you should always respect the greats of the game and your past players in some sort of a way at any club.
Exactly.
Well, put it this way, Fitzroy, Heidelberg, when Harry rocks up there, I respect him. He was only a ball boy, but I'll tell you what, when he goes there, they love him when he's there.
Yeah, well...
He used to collect the ball over the...
They've been kissing them, mate, all the time. Can't just hear it.
Definitely Heidelberg. They've got a social media presence for their past players.
Of course they do.
They do.
So, you know, it's quite easy these days, you know, with social media to get these past players on board.
That's correct.
And you know, give just something little back. And I think anything's appreciated.
What's that aftershave you're in? David Beckham, is it?
No.
You purposely put David Beckham... Or is that you that smells like a bloody poof tonight, Harry? Sorry, Joe. So you're... Well, I'll tell you what, talking about that subject, we got invited, Joe. Now, can you tell Horace to stop bloody flying up?
Let me ask this question.
Yes, no, go for it.
Now, I'm going to ask you now, after the Socceroos,
yep,
they gave you a trial in the Socceroos, is that right?
Yeah, so, you know, first made the Socceroos, you know, and we had some very good games there, and got selected for the Socceroos in '95, you know, while we were sort of preparing for the '96 Olympics. You know, probably, I think I played about 14, 15 caps. But again, as I was sort of making my way up and into the Socceroo team,
sorry about that,
injuries and things like that pretty much sort of cut it short, and sort of finished my last game when Terry Venables was coach.
Mate, and that's the time when we are talking about we should have made the World Cup.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So when were you? Why were you finishing at the time? Was it that you
just my injuries? Yeah, like I said, I had stress fractures on my right foot and was out for a year and came back, played pretty much 6 months, and then I got the same injury again and sort of was out of the game for about 2 years in my, you know, prime sort of era for playing for the national team, and
that's fair enough.
Lost 2 years of football, and by the time sort of I came back, I was sort of going into my, you know, early 30s, and by that time I sort of, you know, had the things that passed.
So Joey,
that's fair enough.
Is it fair enough to say that you would have made the squad? I think you would have.
Well, I was part of the squad, yeah.
Exactly. So you would have played in those games too.
Yeah, definitely. I actually came back at the time to be a part of the World Cup squad, but again, because I'd just been coming back from injury, I wasn't given the approval from the doctors to actually play. And I actually said, don't worry about it, I will play. Don't worry about the doctors, but they didn't want to risk it.
That just proves how much you love the game, because you don't listen to them. When you want to... You know, it's all about smelling the grass. As long as you smell that grass,
I would have played at all costs.
It's as exciting as I suppose your first girlfriend. I suppose playing soccer.
Give me whatever it takes to get me out on the field. Injection, tablet, whatever it was. I'm out there. I want to play.
Even with a limb missing, you still play.
Yeah, I would have played but they just, you know, doctors are doctors. They wouldn't give you the
okay. The doctors were wrong. How's that?
Well, maybe they were.
Joey.
We'll never know.
This is very important, this question, because a lot of people... Now, you trained under Venables, is that right?
Yeah. I was in the group.
This is what I'm going to ask you. A lot of people don't much about Terry Venables. This is very nice to hear this from you.
Yes, it is, yes.
What was he like as a coach, being an Englishman? Now, I think that... Hang on.
Sorry about that.
Now, we hadn't had an Englishman for a long time.
Again, I think he just brought a different side of the game to our national team. And that sort of bit of exposure as well, that high profile.
Yes.
We never really had that high profile, you know, out of Australia, European style coach. And he just brought that sort of notoriety to our team. So
don't think, yes or no. Was he a good coach? Yes or no?
I didn't get too much into the coaching because, again, I was part of the squads, but I didn't actually see a lot of his coaching style personally.
And we were this close. We were this close to making the World Cup.
We had a great squad at the time, and you probably would have said, well, we probably should have made the World Cup.
And you know what Les told me? Yeah. What did a few months ago, Les spoke to me on the phone about this.
What did he say to you?
And Les said to me, that's the team that may have won the World Cup, he says.
Oh,
hold on.
Les did tell me that.
Now, hold on. Just because Les said that, maybe he was smoking the green stuff. Now, surely the
Don't say that
Socceroos
about
can't
Les,
win the World Cup. I know we shouldn't talk about the deceits. It's not the right thing to do, but now, hold on.
Did you go to that game? Well, now, let's go to this game.
Let's go back in time.
The Confederations Cup in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
We played in the final against, was it Brazil, wasn't it? Yes.
And they got thumped 6-0, apparently, was it?
You weren't there, were you?
We went and played a friendly over there, but yes. I can't remember. I wasn't part of the Confederation Cup.
Okay,
no.
Yep, that's fine.
No.
So now, go on, Frothy.
So Les Murray said back then...
Not Les Murray, Les Scheinflood.
Les Scheinflood. Well, I'll tell you what. So now, I didn't know this. He actually said the Socceroos could have won the World Cup.
He told me, yes. He said that to me.
Well, does that prove he knows bugger all about the game?
Hang on, mate.
Now, hold on. Was England there? Was Sweden there? Italy there? Germany, Argentina, and all these other teams? I mean, who was there? Vietnam and Australia and the Solomon Islands.
Probably one of the greatest talented squad that we ever had back at that time. But to win the World Cup, that's a big ask.
Harry Kuehl.
Well, I think so too.
Harry Kuehl playing in that, as it was an 18-year-old kid, was he?
Was it Leeds back then, I think, wasn't he?
It was at Leeds, yes.
Yeah, I remember Harry Kuehl's first game for Australia.
Yes.
I was part of the squad. We were playing in Colombia. And I actually got a red card that game.
Oh, no.
I tell you what, we've got one right here, right now.
You don't argue with those referees, do you?
Spiteri.
Yeah, no, it was a straight red.
You can take that home with you if you like, mate.
Yeah, I went for a 50-50 and was just a fraction late to get the ball and ended up on top of the guy who was underneath me. I didn't really see him, or maybe I did see him, and I was off. So poor Harry had to run like a dog by himself up front because I was in the change rooms after about 30 minutes.
How many games did you play for the Socceroos?
15, I think.
That's a lot of, and you know what? Doesn't matter. You played 15. You're a Socceroo. Now the outfits you used to wear. Those outfits with the
don't tell me they had those
spew shirts.
The spew shirts.
You got one? Have you got one? Have you got one?
I think the kangaroo shirt was what we were in my debut in '95 against Ghana.
So we'd like to ask you, just like we're talking about Ante Juric, who said said to him, you've got the spew shirt. Have you got? I've got the bloody thing.
And he's got the top. He posted.
And he posted the top. Now, can you post that for us? Have you still got it?
I've got it at home, yeah. I actually took it to the 2018 World Cup in Russia.
Amazing.
Just it was one of our most recognisable shirts.
We never forget that shirt, Joey. You know, don't you?
Well, congratulations, because you and the great man here have got something in common.
Why is that?
Well, we're not talking about football ability. Well, put it this way: he's probably been to more games than you as a ball boy. But what I'm saying is, you have got the second worst shirt I've seen in this country. He's got the first one. That's Melbourne Victory. So
thanks, sir.
Yeah, well,
I get you what we're saying here.
It was good for camouflage if you were
out
in
the jungle,
having a bushwalk or something.
I suppose, yes. And is it fair to say that Popovich is probably one of the best coaches going around? I believe he is.
Popovich, yeah. Look, he's been to a few clubs, so
he has been to a few clubs.
I'm sure he must be doing something right.
I think even though, fortunately, the Victory is slipping down, which is great news for me, Joe, let me tell you. But I'll tell you what,
not great news for the game, though.
Well, I believe it is. Actually, it's not my opinion, it's my fact, if that makes any sense. So what I'm saying is, look, he's at that team for 10 minutes, really, and he's doing well. Jason Davidson on one
side. I think the league, the A-League as it stands now, everyone can win every game. There's no standouts. You know
correct. Right at the minute, yes. The bottom team can beat the top team.
Well, that's exactly right.
But it's a good thing too, isn't it?
It is a good thing. You'd hope there was a bit more atmosphere at the games. That's why I said it's good when Victory's doing well, because they bring a bit of a crowd, and you can enjoy the atmosphere if the soccer on the park isn't the best.
Well, they proved that. Victory proved that when they I didn't want to experience it. They won the FFA Cup, which is going to be called Australia Cup.
It is now.
Now, just to prove how it's all about money, you don't have to admit this. When we go off air, you can admit this. Now, Central Coast Mariners went through all the way to qualify for the final, and Victory somehow had to play these teams, that team. They scraped in this and that. So the home ground advantage didn't go to the Central Coast Mariners because they knew if they had it at Amy Park, they'll get more money. And then they say it's all about revenue, Joe.
I think that would have.
Now,
got
tell
more,
us the truth.
I think they got more support, so which makes more atmosphere. Of course, it does lead to more money.
Well,
you'd love an atmosphere even for the neutrals watching at home.
Well, that's true, but the point is...
Instead of like crickets when you're up at Central Coast.
Yes, you're right there, but if there wasn't a cover charge, I probably wouldn't have bothered playing at Amy Park. It's all about the dollar, which is sad because the Mariners deserve the home grand final.
It is a business, yeah.
It is a business. They're all look. Well, a soccer. Well, actually, sorry about that. When we say soccer, we get fined $5 by what's his name? Carlos. Not Carlos.
No, there's only one football. David Benn.
No, he doesn't like the word soccer.
Can I just say one thing?
There is only one football. Yeah.
There is only one.
Well,
football.
there you go. And you're getting that shirt tonight. Special shirt for that. There you go.
Can we do the presentation?
No. Now, after the Socceroos, you went back to play again. Is that right?
Yes.
Where did you go from there?
I was still playing overseas at the time. Came from Belgium, went to Sweden because I was under an injury cloud. Played in Sweden for about 6 months, and as I said, came back and played for Sydney Olympic for a stint, and then ended up at Marconi. NSL disbanded.
Gee, so basically you came to the end of that era, which was very sad, of course. Yeah. How did you feel after that? What did you feel?
The NSL disbanded, and there was no Australian league anymore, and
yes.
We were saying, well, what do we do? And the only thing we could do, and the silly thing at the time, you couldn't actually go back and play for your state league clubs because there was a ruling at the time that no NSL player could go back to the state league.
That's ridiculous.
So we actually all had to...
Stupid, actually.
We all had to give it 6 months miss or as I did, I went and played for a Division 2 side in Melbourne with Kingston City.
Kingston
City, my God. I know who they are.
Yeah, Kingston City. What
a small ground that is.
A great club.
It is a great club.
And great people running the club, great atmosphere. Always just a great community club, and they really looked after their players down there.
Fantastic.
After training, we had everything for us, and we went from Division 2, played there for pretty much 3 seasons. Even after the first season, I didn't go back to the state league because I was enjoying myself so much at the club, and took the club from Division 2 to Division 1 to we went to the Premier League, and
yes.
And it was great times back then. And then eventually finished up from there, going back to the Melbourne Knights.
And you finished up there, and was that your last season playing there? And what was your last season?
From the Knights, so finished up there at the Premier League, and had a bit of run at Werribee.
Okay.
At the time, Werribee City.
Werribee City.
Played a bit
the
for
Bees,
Faulkner, a bit of a coaching, and when I was at Werribee, that's where I started Soccer Pro Academy.
Fantastic.
Started it out there. It was probably about 15 years ago.
And that's what's next on the list right now, your Soccer Pro Academy.
Yes.
How did you get involved in that one? Because I tell you what, right now, a lot of players are needed like yourself, because you guys know the game that well to be able to coach and teach kids the game. And a lot of coaches do not do that. They come in there, they pay their money. People don't even know who they are, Joey. Of course, we know this problem. Here we go. Oh, God. He's just...
He's a new coach for Brisbane Roar. Can we just announce it? I mean, they're waiting. Can you just say, please, Joe, just tell him out there. Because Richard Roar, you're going to get him really excited, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Can you tell him, please?
I know.
I'm happy to go up there for consultation, but...
Fantastic.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be the coach.
The orange suits you, mate, may I add?
Yeah. So your academy...
So I started it, like I said, I was at Werribee, and they wanted to sort of start up an academy, and ended up starting up the Werribee Football Academy at the time, and then as I moved on, we changed the name to Soccer Pro Academy, and we're still out at Werribee, and I've worked closely with the Werribee City Soccer Club down there, and actually a sponsor of them now.
Fantastic.
The academy is, and we've gone from there to. We've got about 8 different venues all around Melbourne, all over the western side. We venture out as far as Flemington. We're over at Geelong, and even on the website now, there's a special offer for all your viewers to come on down.
That's been posted on this afternoon on the Football List page, and and the other one is the former supporters National Soccer League clubs, guys.
The one.
Joey, we've put his stuff up there. There is specials happening. Can you explain them?
Well, yeah, look, there's a $20 discount for any of our sessions at any of our venues, and the good thing about Soccer Pro Academy is I coach at pretty much all the venues.
Fantastic.
You know, I do have other coaches.
You're there.
Exactly. You know, it's not just me, and I'm not doing anything. I'm the actual coach. So if you want your child to be coached by me, taught by me, taught the game how I played the game.
Thank you.
That's what I'm coaching.
It's a win-win situation.
I do have other coaches, but the program is put together by me, and this is the Joe Spiteri way of football. It's not.
Thank you very much.
It's not the FFA curriculum way of football or anyone else's way of football. This is my way of football.
It's your way or the highway, you say.
Yeah, now, we are talking here to all the kids out there listening to the show, and if you're looking for a former Socceroo, former NSL player, Ollie Roo, we are talking here experienced coach here.
Yes.
We're talking experienced coach, and he was coached under Les Scheinflug, Eddie Thompson.
Eddie Thompson.
And we're talking about Terry Venables.
Yes.
Raul Blanco.
There you go, bring him up.
And it goes on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
And Raleigh Rasic, of course.
Raleigh Rasic's the great man.
We're talking 74 coach. There you go.
Yeah. And you were the only player to play with a 46-year-old, Joe Biskich. Was that right?
What a player he was.
Yeah.
He could still outrun a lot of us now, I think. He was a machine.
He had like an invisible shield around him. You just could not get the ball off him.
He was
just that good, wasn't he?
He was that fit, just would not stop, and you could just bounce off him. He was just like a brick wall for a small man.
You're right, but he actually, if you saw him walking down the street, he actually looked like a butcher. He didn't look like a football player, did he? He just didn't have that physique. He didn't have that run. He had the funny run going.
He just had engines and the desire to play, and he would go through a brick wall to get to the ball. He'd go through his own teammate to get to the ball, and he just had the passion to want to win.
Yes, let me just tell you, I've got another email from Richard Roy. He wants you to hold the ball. Do you mind holding the ball for us? We're trying to get you to a Brisbane Raw spirit. We need you at the club. Now, look, I know Mooney.
Look, be good mate Danny Tiardo's living down there. Maybe give him a call.
There you go.
He's moved down there. He's over there, probably not too far away. I think he's only about half an hour away from Brisbane. And he was part of the old Brisbane back in the day when John Aloisi was coach.
Do you remember the game where he gave the bird to the opposition supporters? Do you remember that?
I remembered a few things he did.
At Manchester City,
that was a bit controversial, but again, that's what made him the great player that he was. He had an all-round package of entertainment.
And at Manchester City, he did something really bad at Manchester City.
That's right.
If I remember, my God, man. He wanted to actually KILL someone.
Yes, just like the great Eric Cantona with the old karate.
That's right, exactly. I couldn't believe what he did.
I think you'd call that extreme passion. For
exactly.
No, that's fair enough. Well, he might as well throw a flare at his opposition players, and if he's got so much passion, Joe.
Yes.
Well, let me just say
again. Saying that, you probably wouldn't want any different teammate to be on your side if the game was going down that road where it needed a little bit of a hard man to be on your side.
Exactly.
We have a message for you.
Who's that?
Now, Alex Evangelides is a Sydney man,
Scottish to me.
And he's very involved in the game, and he says, we need former players, not FFA badge crap. Well, we can't talk too much about the FFA, but there you go, what you said, and that's exactly what you just said too.
Again, I think,
correct.
It's just getting a bit one-dimensional
at
this time.
You
know what I mean? Everything's sort of, it's got to be this way or no other way.
Thank you very much.
Football's about making decisions. As a player and as a coach, you see what you're up against, and can I play the ball out or can I dribble? Well, just what do I need to do? You need to make those decisions on the fly. It's not just maintain possession at all costs, or we must play out at all costs. If the opponents aren't letting you do that, well, change it up. Play a long ball. It's not pretty, but you force your opponents to drop off, and then you can play out. So there's a whole different styles of the game, and players are coming in a whole lot of different styles. You got players that can dribble, you got players that can maintain position, but nothing should be coached out of any player.
No, I agree with you. But having said that too, would you say the coaching, the A-League coaching, do you think these coaches these days are better than in NSL coaches? Have they got more knowledge? Are they smarter? Because as we progress as humans, we do get smarter, don't we? You know,
I think the structure of it all is a lot better, and the preparation and the understanding is a whole lot better of the game. But
not necessarily on the park, you're saying?
It's not coming through on the park because I think, again, a lot of what the curriculum's all about is to maintain this style of play.
You can take that scarf home if you like.
It's actually quite warm. So
take it off, Joey, if you want to. But now, Joey,
I'm actually getting a bit warm.
No, let's go now, Joey.
You up already, so don't worry about
as a former Socceroo, of course. Now, we are talking next week, Japan, next Thursday.
Wow.
Our situation is very bleak.
We don't want to predict the result, please.
No, we're not, after I say something to Joey here.
Fair enough.
Joey, can we win this game? Do you think we can?
No.
We have to.
Look, it's a very important match.
Do or die.
It is a bit of a do or die thing. I think it's going to be difficult, but we are on our home soil, and I think there's going to be a huge crowd there. It should be a sellout crowd. So, the problem with that, as you saw a few weeks ago in Melbourne, where we play Vietnam and they were probably louder than us.
Yes, of course they were.
So there's really no hometown advantage, unfortunately, when you play in Australia. It is going to be tough, but look, hopefully the boys can get it done.
Well, you said do or die. I think there's only one answer there. I don't think they're going to do. I think they're going to die.
Oh, don't. Here we go.
I hope I'm wrong, but the Japs are quite good. They're a bit too quick for the Aussies.
They are a very good side.
They're very nimble. They're very, very, very quick. And this current Socceroo squad, and I bet you'll agree, you can say this after the show, but it's not one of the best Socceroo squads we've ever seen, is it, Joey?
Well, again...
Now, be honest with us.
Look, when you put it on paper, again, the style of play and the style of players that we have, you don't see those X-Factor players anymore. So you don't look and you go, oh, there's no names. They're all just a good, old squad, and I think that's where the game is going. So we could definitely got to be at our best.
Yes,
at our best, I think we.
And they have to be a little bit below their best.
Well, hopefully,
even though it's here.
Hopefully, they
Japan
might have a bad trip over here.
Well,
is Honda playing? Is he still going around?
He's gone. He's finished.
What about Kawasaki?
He's gone, mate. They're all gone. Those guys. Kazuyoshi Mura. Remember, he's still playing at 6 years of age or something. Did you know that?
No, not really.
No, he's 60-something.
The great Kazu, remember him?
Yeah.
He's still playing, second division.
You're talking about the bloody wrestling. What are you talking about?
No, I'm not, man. No.
WWE or something.
What God was that, man? What was
that? Definitely a great side, Japan. And look,
yes.
I hope we get the job done because I really want to go to the World Cup.
And you want to see them
I won't be going if Australia ain't there.
There you go.
And apparently, according to Les Scheinflug, whatever his name is, Scheinflug, whatever they call him.
Here we go again.
You can't call him Les.
Don't call me like that, please.
So if the Socceroos go through, do you think there's any chance of lifting the World Cup, Joe?
We're talking 50 years.
We always love to be again, the World Cup is. Look, if you're there, you can win it, but it's a big dream.
Yes,
it is a big dream.
I don't even think it's a dream for the Socceroos, mate. They probably wouldn't even dream about it. Well, let's be honest. I mean, look, I've always said...
a good wild dream.
I'll be honest. Look, I'll give everyone credit for representing their country. There's no doubt. And I'm feeding them. I'll give them credit. If you can represent your country, you are doing well.
But the World Cup is no greater stage.
And I'm honest with you. But to actually... they can't go through. I mean... Well, they had that year when, what's his name, fell over in the penalty box.
Look, stranger things have happened.
Of course.
You're there. They're there to try and win it. Are they going to win it?
No.
Probably not.
No.
But they could win it.
They have to win it.
You really believe that, Joe?
They could win it.
Is this the real Joe Spiteri from the NSL?
Or is this some imposter?
They're a team. They could win it. Everyone's there to try and win it.
Well, look, that's fair enough, because we had the great man Archie
There is
Thompson.
a probability of them winning it.
Okay,
is it a great probability? Probably not.
Well, even if it's 1 in 6 trillion, there's a chance.
Here we go.
Exactly.
Because a great man Archie Thompson told... We had Archie Thompson on the show, believe it or not, and we've had Craig Johnson as well. So, but obviously the best player we've had is obviously Joe Spiteri.
Of course,
yes.
My goodness, guys.
Well, in our opinion,
but the best thing about this, Joe, is that you've only been one of about 4 people in the studio. So it's fantastic. There you go. For
Peter Salakis,
I've been wanting to come out for so long, but we've been locked down in this great state for a very, very long time.
I know, Joey, but Joe, we're going to finish very shortly.
Well, can I tell him what Archie said?
Go on.
Now, you're going to have a bit of a laugh. We had Archie on, and I asked him a question.
Yep.
I don't think it was a real Archie. He wasn't here. It was on the telephone.
Of course he was.
Okay. I asked him a question whether the Victory can beat Real Madrid or Barcelona or something.
Oh, here we go.
And he said they could probably give him a run. Now, it's laughable, that answer. I mean, you've got to admit.
It depends what squads are we talking about. You know, current day squads, Victory's best squad and Rail's worst squad. I don't know.
No, well, look, I was wrong, Joe. I was wrong. I apologise to Archie. I said, look, you are right. The Victory can beat Real Madrid under nines, but
they're academy squad.
They're academy squad. So Archie's a little bit biased, may I add. You can't put them up there. And may I add, now people think I do have beer. I've only had one tonight, and get onto this, mate. 5.8%. So one of these gets you going.
He's a good drop. You're going for the Japanese.
Yeah, going for the Japs. I don't mind the Japs. But what I'm saying is, with Archie, look, he making that claim.
You can't compare him club to club,
of course.
No.
As I said before, anything's possible.
Well, not really. It's not possible
really
the Victory can beat Real Madrid. I mean, now, seriously, Joe. I mean,
could have a few red cards and a few players fall ill.
Well, that's right. Fair enough. Or if only 4 Real players rock up, you're saying, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, they can win it.
Back in the old nights day, we used to have a player come to training and try and kick the shit out of everyone.
That's good.
Yes, the coach told him, you know, what are you doing, mate? We've got to play on the weekend.
Andrew Marth, was it?
Well, not Andrew, but another player. And the boy said, look,
can you name him
for me to play must be 9 players.
My God.
So,
God.
You know, we found that pretty.
Can you give us a clue who that was?
Just one of the old.
We don't want to know
one
names.
of the old Knights boys that they brought
Don't give us any names,
from
please.
Ivan Kalic.
Ivan Kalic. Actually, I got a.
Was that Joe Coletta on? What happened to Joe Coletta?
Joe's gone on holiday, so we can't get him.
He's on holidays, is he? Well, that's fair enough.
Now, Joe, we'd like to thank you tonight, of course, and we'd like to present you with some fantastic stuff from There's Only One Football.
Absolutely, there's a great.
No, it's the stuff over there. It's the hat and the shirt. There's Only One Football. So if you could wear that at your academy one day and show the kids There's Only One Football, there you go.
There's the.
And it's a second-hand hat. I've ordered a couple of times. You can wash it when you get home.
The Academy's got their own Premier Academy League teams, which there's going to be a National Cup in Sydney in April, where all the Australian academies will get together and fight to see who the best team is.
Fantastic.
I'll wear it down there.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, and just one other thing, we got a extra small because you're still a player weight from what we see.
Yeah.
So that's a small top
Not
there.
Quite.
Well, look. Harry can use his tooth, maybe for a handkerchief, maybe.
Oh, my God.
Oh, well, let's be honest.
Yep,
I mean,
thank you, Joey. That's a great shirt.
But you have lost weight, Harry.
Well, I'll tell you about that later on.
Yes,
now,
it is rather warm.
It is rather warm.
Well, he's gone from 5 muffins a day to 2, so you're going to lose weight, aren't you?
Joey, how can you stop this bloke? The thing is now, Joey, thank you for joining us tonight. We're going
to say one more thing?
We can't. I've got something to say right now.
Oh, fair enough.
Mr. MPL, Gavin, is struggling with COVID. So we all know that.
Well, I know that. I spoke to him the other day, and he's in his self-isolation, as they call it, but he'll get over it. He's a young
we can't have. He's not on tonight, so we can't get him on.
He's young. He's only 64. I mean, 64. You're as young as you feel, I suppose.
And
you got a while to get to 64, Joe. What are you these days?
I'm 48.
48.
I'll be happy to see 64 the way I'm feeling
you'll
at the
get
moment.
there, mate.
I'd just like to thank tonight our sponsors. There is Only One Football. Joe's got some stuff there from them. We also want to say C City Lawyers, the lawyers that come to you from New South Wales.
They
Mr.
do.
Carlos Bielli. And we want to talk about Arrow Sports, guys, for great football kits at the right price. Make sure you see arrowsports.com. There is on the front there right now, guys.
Right there
Check out these sponsors on that side right now, guys. There's Only One Football supplying a lot of clothes with Arrow Sports. All the stuff that we're wearing tonight, of course, comes from them. It's fantastic stuff that's for sale. And Joey, thank you for coming tonight.
It's been a pleasure, Harry. Thank you.
Can I say one more thing before we end the show?
Tell me.
If I were to say to you, Fangio, you know who Fangio is?
Oh, no. The racing driver.
The racing car driver. Now, you're probably wondering, why the stuff is he saying that for? Now, who's the lookalike going around these days? I'll give you a clue. He plays overseas.
What?
And I think he's German. Mesut Ozil. You know who Mesut Ozil is?
That guy.
Looks like Fangio.
He does look like Fangio. They've rated him in. And the reason why I say, guys...
Get a lookalike going up on the...
No, he does look like him. And let me tell you, he's been spending money on people that need surgeries. He's been spending money on people that are homeless. And just goes to show he probably has got all the money he wants. Probably got more than us put together. But usually you don't really get those type of people helping people. We're talking about some people that need surgery overnight, and he's just chipping out of his own pocket.
My God,
and helping people. Another great soccer story.
Fantastic.
And can I tell him a soccer joke?
Yes,
which
of
I
course.
said about
We've got to
3
finish
years
the
ago.
data's going, man.
Yes, we're on data here, and can I just leave it with a joke here? Now, I've said this before. Now, I think you know where I'm coming from here.
Oh, I do know.
Well, look, we had a problem years ago. Let me tell you the joke, and I'll tell you what happened. Why can't midgets play soccer?
Here we go.
Is this politically incorrect?
Oh, no, it's not. I hope it's not.
No.
Yeah. I don't know. Why can't they play soccer?
Okay, because they can't see over the ball.
They're laughing at us too.
And the week after, I had a phone call and an email from the National Midgets Association, Joe.
And you're probably going to get another one today.
I might, but
again, mate,
let me tell you the phone call. The guy on the phone, he put on his big voice like Andre. You remember Andre the Giant?
Oh, no.
But I tell you what, I reckon he was about 2'2" over the phone. I got in trouble for that too. But, well, look, is it offensive calling a midget? Is it offensive calling a giant a giant? It's not offensive, but why would they get offended? If you're
it doesn't matter, it's fine. That's don't be political correct.
Harry's skinny, I'll call him skinny.
Thanks, guys, for joining us today, guys.
Are we done, are we?
Joe Spiteri, our guest. Thank you for joining us enough, guys.
Well, I'll play Joey's favourite tune.
Oh, no. A couple of live guys, we thank Joey Spiteri tonight. And Fluffy and myself, Mr. MPL. Mr. MPL will be back hopefully next week, guys. We'll see him then. And another guest as well. Thank you for joining us, guys. Football's is live tonight from Australia. We are the people, we are the passion, we are the history, we are the soccer psychos. Thank you for joining us, guys. We'll see you next week at 8:30 next Monday night. Thank you for joining us.
Putting some good things down there, but
you think I'll get there with the crowd?
Guys.
I think one thing you showed
This is the one.
Well, let's hope so.
They'll be right at the west, and that's where they're
Don't never stop.
She bangs.
We shouldn't know. God of the strong.
Yes.
We shouldn't
You've seen all the road
right from the top.
Yes.
And
when
you feel the heat,
the
world is at your feet. No one can hold you back if you really want it. I see it in your eyes. You want the gut to fly. Not the days here, you're gonna get it. Do you really want it? Tell me right now, people. Hey, here we go. Ali, Ali, Ali.
It's only going to be about 10:15.
Ali, Ali. Thanks, guys. Next week we'll see you at 8:30 Monday with another special guest and a lot of things happening. Good luck, guys. Thank you. Hi guys, Harry Sunday here, letting you know that there's a apparel company that supports the game that you love. It's called ThereIsOnlyOneFootball.com, guys. They've got all sorts of stuff, from caps, t-shirts, water bottles, all sorts of accessories, even for your mobile phone. All that sporting stuff you can wear anywhere you want to wear it, guys. That's right. And don't forget the website it's on, ThereIsOnlyOneFootball.com.
There is only one football.
what's happening right here, right now in the studio, because we got this beautiful shirts that we're showing with Frothy right now, guys. Frothy's back with me. Frothy, what's happening with these shirts, mate? Can you tell me what's happening right now?
Shut up, let me talk. Now,
bloody
listen,
hell, mate.
We have these great tops here.
Yes.
Now, it's a bit of a 2-minute show tonight, I believe. So we're back in town, but we'll be officially back in town on Monday with some major announcements and start again. Announcements.
Yes.
Can you spell announcements? Can you?
Announcements.
Can you spell that?
I can't spell
it all.
Leave
it for next time. Now let's go through the tops. Now these tops. Well, if you were born 400 years ago, you'd know about these tops. So we've got the great St George here, I believe.
No, Brisbane Lions, mate. Brizzy Lions, mate.
And we got South Melbourne Hellas there.
No, Fitzroy United.
Sorry about that.
Fitzroy United.
This one's Inter Monaro, is it?
Inter Monaro?
No, that's St George Budapest.
St George, yes, the Hungarians.
And over to my right, which is your right as well. Are we still on?
Yes, we're still on, of course. We're still on.
Over here, we've got the great Sydney Olympic. And I know the cat has probably ordered a couple of those.
He's got a couple of hundred, mate.
Well, I'll tell you why he's ordered a couple. I had a chat with Peter Raskopoulos during the week.
He hates his guts.
And he said to me, Peter Catholos, a cat, has ordered 2 because his gut's so bloody big, he needs 2 jumpers to make one. So, well, look, that's only a joke.
Oh, my God, mate.
Well, look, also, Canberra, Canberra City.
Canberra City. You know who coached them?
Yes.
In 1977?
Frank Arrock.
Johnny Warren.
Johnny Warren.
We're laughing, mate, everywhere.
I told you so, Johnny Warren said. I doubt we sell many because how many supporters did they have? That's beside the point. Also, we got Hokoa up there.
That's
great,
right, of course.
Brazilian heritage, are they?
A lot of them escaped to Brazil.
We'll leave it at that. And the great Marconi.
Marconi.
And let's go through them. Great quality.
Of course.
They fit nicely. They are cheap. You know what? They're too bloody cheap.
$75.
$75 is not even $80.
Plus postage and handling.
Plus postage and handling. And our great friend with David Ben and Arrow Sport.
Arrow Sport together. And then, guys, you can buy them on. There's only one
you keep
football.
Going. I'll play the great South Melbourne tune.
There is only one football where you can get it from. There is only one football.com in conjunction with Arrow Sport. You can also buy fantastic kits for your teams as well at Arrow Sport, and they're working together to bring you these fantastic 1977 Phillips League. Of course, you're bloody on, Frothy. And of course, guys, 1977. These shirts are fantastic. You've got the other ones at $150, which are the original gigs, $150, and then you've got the sublimated ones at $75, guys. So yes.
And can I just say, I suppose it's not appropriate to say this. But my team had a win on the weekend.
Yes, they did.
Well, not the weekend, a couple of days ago. So they're flying, and I tell you what, it's pretty much it. Now we're going to sing a song just to.
Well, I can't. We can't actually sing a song tonight because we're just doing the show tonight. That's all.
We're just advertising the jumpers here.
That's right, guys. But where to get them from? There is only one football. That's the one there. So, guys, thank you, guys. Get these fantastic shirts right now because you will never find them. Good night, guys. Thank you for joining us. See you in a couple of days' time. Thanks, guys. Get on Arrow Sport.
Monday,
Arrow Sport. There's only one football.com.
We'll probably have Paul Wade on
Thank you, guys. See you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
There's going to be someone we're going to have.
That's it. Thanks.